right, man. Cheers. Hey, Coy, good to have you back, man.
Oh, yeah. I'm back.
Oh, man.
Yes, I'm married and bored out of my fucking mind. But it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. If you're in a good relationship, chances are you are bored out of your fucking mind. All good relationships are bored. The only exciting relationships are bad ones. You never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. When you're in a bad relationship, you never know when you're gonna walk through the door and go, hey, you gave me crabs. That's exciting. I wonder what tomorrow's gonna bring.
Always good.
All right, guys. Welcome to the Men Don't Know podcast. I am the man of many friends, your host and creator, Chris Boone. And here on the podcast, we talk with a married guy, a single guy, and a guy in a relationship. And we ask a bunch of women questions that men want answered to over wine and cocktails. And today, guys, something a little bit different on this 30 for 30, but 30 for Thursday. But first of all, I want to thank everybody that's been listening, everybody that's been telling everybody else about it, everybody that's been rocking my merch, tagging me on Instagram at Men Don't Know, on Twitter at Men Don't Know One, everybody that's been on YouTube listening, Google Play, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, man. I really appreciate that, man. And I thank you guys, and I keep doing this for you guys. And plus, like, it's great topics. It's topics that everybody is going through in one shape or another, or just interesting. And I feel like relationships will always be a topic at hand, whether it's with the boys or the girls. But yeah, man, still sending out merch all month long. I'm just going to be sending out free merch for a while. I don't feel like opening the merch store. I appreciate everybody championing it. So just hit me up at mendontknow.com. Email me. Go to the website mendontknow.com and send me an email with your address and what you would like. I got hats, t-shirts, the whole nine. I got a couple new products and new merch coming out that I'm going to be posting on Instagram. Like I said, if you want one, hit me up. Coy, man. Glad to have you back, man. I know you was down and out,
Thank
you.
Shout out to Rose.
Yeah, right. Right. I appreciate Rose. Thank you for stepping in. But Coy, this time I wanted to bring up a situation that happened. Remember when we dropped our boy off down in Santa Monica, and we went to that bar, and we were hanging out, and we were chatting up. We're talking about the podcast. Everybody was getting involved. And I met a girl, and she was in an open marriage. That it was just a super cool conversation.
Oh, that one you were talking to?
Yeah,
on the side?
yeah, bro. I'm trying to tell you, super cool. She was in an open marriage. Her views were so different, and like, I mean, I don't think I could do an open marriage because I don't like to share my toys. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like the
open
sandbox
marriage
theory.
or open relationship?
No, open marriage, my guy. Open marriage.
Whoa.
Yeah, a whole different.
It's a whole nother ball game.
Could you?
Why get married in the first place?
Facts. I agree with you. But I mean, it was cool though. It was cool hearing a different perspective and a different view. And I got her number, super cool. I was like, man, I gotta have you on the podcast. We gotta just talk about it. She was super open and welcoming, and just honestly, I feel like conversation is like that topic that conversations in general is not had at bars or restaurants. Yeah. Everybody's on the phone, social media, tagging where they're at, yada, yada, yada.
You were talking with her for a while.
I know that. I'm trying to tell you, it was just a dope conversation, like just about life and, how she views her life. And I was like, fuck it, let's do a podcast. And I definitely want to let's call her up right now. Let's see if she picks up. Where is it? Okay, here we go.
Open marriage.
Yeah, bruh, crazy.
I am so uneducated on this. I would like to
know.
Hey, Roshni, right? Is that how you say it?
It's Roshni.
Roshni, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. No worries.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so first of all, you're on the Men Don't Know podcast. You are being recorded. Yeah. And I'm here with my boy Coy. Coy, say what's up.
What's up, Roshni?
Hi, Coy.
And I was literally just telling them how much of a dope conversation we had just about your situation and your views on, your open marriage and marriage in general. And, I don't know if you have time for a little bit. You have time for a couple questions?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so let me ask you this real tough. Okay, and where are you from?
I'm from Singapore.
So you could hear that accent, right? Go ahead. Okay, so how long have you been in an open marriage?
I've been in an open marriage since last May, but I was very clear from the beginning of my relationship. So I made that very clear that at some point, in my relationship, whether we were married or not, I would want to have an open marriage or relationship for that matter.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I think it's also like I'm pretty logical and I know that you cannot get, so my background is psychology and I don't believe that you can get all your inherent needs met by one person. It is very, very hard to find. And I think also logically over time, your relationship deteriorates. Like, you know, you really don't have sex as often and you don't communicate as much and you don't get your needs met as much as you would have in the beginning. So you know, eventually you might seek them out somewhere. And a lot of the times this is why people cheat. Yeah.
Damn. I mean, it's just, to me, it's just crazy. I feel like I have like that sandbox theory where I don't like to share my toys. And so I'm pretty sure, you know, a lot of people feel that way. I mean,
yeah.
So let me ask you this though. Like, what are the good things about an open marriage or you know, because I feel like we all know the bad.
Okay. So I think, first of all, in order to have a successful open relationship or an open marriage, you need to have a very good foundation, like a very strong friendship. You need to have a very strong understanding of each other and trust. So, like, you know, at the end of the day, no matter what, you guys will be okay because you guys will always communicate. And honestly, if you find someone else that you're in love with and you decide that the marriage isn't working out for you, then that's fine. But because you have, you know, constant good communication, that is not going to sting as much. It's you understand your partner, so then that will be fine.
Okay, so then are you in love with your partner?
I love my husband, and he is my best friend, and I respect the shit out of him. But I think at the end of the day, you know, like you get into a relationship with someone, initially you have a lot of things in common. You have everything that you want to do with that person. But as you progress in a relationship, sometimes you change. And you might not change in the same trajectory as each other. So right now, I don't want kids, but my husband wants kids. So I tell him, you know, if you meet someone that you fall in love with and you want to have kids with them, it's fine. I understand.
Wow. You're cool with just getting up and leaving?
That easy.
Yeah, because I'm not going to subject myself to, you know, for example, having kids or having a kid just for the sake of it to make him happy, when it's going to be at the detriment of the child.
Were kids discussed when you guys first met, or?
Yeah, we did. You know, I wanted kids at the beginning, and now I don't.
So you changed.
So everybody changes.
Yeah.
Wait, how long have you been married for, if you don't mind me asking?
So we've been together for 4 years, but we've been married for 1 year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
And so the open relationship gesture, it's just there from the beginning, right when you met, or did he or you believe that as soon as the wedding happened that it was all going to come to an end, or still it lives on?
It lives on. Like from the first day, I think on my first date with him, I told him what my preferences were. You know, I told him this is what I expect, and I'm not saying that I need to do it right now, but you need to be open to that. Like somewhere down the line, it might happen. And I just wanted to make sure that he was okay with that. And I was lucky because my husband is the kind of guy that also believes that, you know, he married me knowing that I was not the only woman that he was going to sleep with, that he had the option of sleeping with someone else.
And so you don't, wait, and you don't mind that?
No, it's just that.
But I feel like for women, it's more emotional than men.
I don't think so. Like there's this amazing book called Untrue. I can't remember who it's written by, but it's called Untrue. And it actually explains how a lot of women have sex because it meets a need as opposed to being emotionally involved. Yes, you do get emotionally involved sometimes, but we are very capable of having sex like a man.
Have you ever been emotionally involved? I guess, like,
Yes.
why you? Oh, and okay, so how did that turn out then?
So that's one of the drawbacks of being in an open marriage, because you meet, like, my husband will go on dates and he might have hookups and one night stands, but for me, it's more of an emotional, intellectual, like, connection.
Mm-hmm.
I won't just sleep with a guy just because he's cute. And you know, I had an emotional and intellectual connection with someone, but I think that because I'm in an open marriage, it seemed like I was not worthy enough of making the effort for, because I already belong to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it kind of hurt, because, you know, I still committed. I was still committed to it, and I still put in the time and the effort and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And then it turns out, like, you know, he was all over the place and had a girlfriend and all. Yeah. So that ended. But
did you mind that he had a girlfriend though?
No, but he said he didn't.
Oh,
so he lied.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was open enough to the point that even my husband knew about him and we were all friends.
Oh, wait, you guys were all friends?
Yeah, we were all friends. Like, we would hang out and stuff. Yeah.
Wow. All right. Okay. Have you been friends with, I guess, the other girl?
No, because the one, I think, like, with every open marriage or open relationship, every couple makes their own rules. So in some cases, it's a polyamorous relationship. In some cases, it's don't ask, don't tell, which is what me and my husband have. And he travels a lot. So when he's traveling, whoever he hooks up with, whatever, like, I mean, I don't mind knowing, and I've seen pictures of the girls that he's gone out on dates with, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool, you can do better. And like things like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm like,
well, why is that? Why do we do that to ourselves? I'm not even mad. I mean,
damn.
Yeah. And the fact that you said, you know, you could do better than this.
What are some of the?
I mean, he's a good-looking guy. He's a smart guy. Like, seriously, you want to really date an Instagram model? Really?
Yes.
Koi's just a cheap thrill.
What are some of the rules that you guys made up for yourselves, if you don't mind?
No STDs, no pregnancies.
Okay, so safety first.
Yes, safety first.
Okay, I agree with that 100%. 100%.
But other than that, like, there's no rules. Like, other than that, do whatever the hell you want to do. Like, my whole reason for an open marriage is I want to be happy. Like, we have one life to live. Like, you know, yes, I married my best friend. I married the guy that I love, and I respect the shit out of him, and he's amazing, and he respects me, and he loves me, and it's great. But I also think that we have one life to live that is so short, and I don't want him to be confined to just me. It's like you have vanilla all the time, but sometimes you want to have chocolate or strawberries. So you should be.
I mean, if it was all that simple,
There's gonna be so many married guys using that.
Ben, go ahead. I'm so sorry.
Yes, but yeah. So I just want him to be able to experience different things, and he's younger than me as well. So, like, I don't want him to feel like he's tied down with me and stuck with me for the rest of my life. Like, I want him to be able to go out there and put himself out there and meet different people.
Do you feel he feels the same exact way too?
I think to a certain extent, yes. But at the same time, like, we both have different needs that need to be met. And I'm not quite sure what his is, but I know what mine are, and I have a very particular set of how do I say this? I have very, very particular taste in, like, sex, for example. So the kind of sex that I do enjoy, I tend to have to go outside.
Wait, okay,
you know,
go out.
Yeah,
you can't just skip over that. Please,
you mean like camping sex?
Like,
no. So, like, okay, so I'm like A-type personality. I'm a control freak. So in every aspect of my life, I'm very controlling. But in the bedroom, I like to be a submissive. Because of that, I need to find, like, a true dominant who knows what he's doing in the bedroom.
Makes sense. Okay.
And I love the sex is good, but he's not, like, I mean, he is dominant, but, like, he doesn't know the ins and outs of how to be dominant and things like that. So I tend to go outside of that because it's a relief for me.
Okay.
It's also
Does he know
psychological.
that? Does he know that though? That he's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
the trust,
The
and the
communication
openness
is
the communication is always there.
The communication is top notch.
It has to be.
It's all about communication. I don't care if you're in open marriage, monogamous relationship, whatever. Like even as friends, communication is key.
Facts, 100%. Okay, so then we've been polling this on our podcast, and since you're a first time caller, maybe first time listener too, so we've been polling, and we want to know, first of all, does size matter? Yes or no?
What? Sorry, can you repeat that?
Does size matter?
Personally, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let me ask you this. Out of 100 women, how many women would you say like to be choked in the bedroom?
Oh, I dare say at least 75%.
All right. Close to 80.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Is that your forte? I take it since you like to be submissive?
Yes.
See? I told you.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, now on the podcast, it's probably 100%. I don't think me and Coy, 56 episodes in.
It is 100%.
Probably,
And
yeah.
it's 80%.
We probably
I think.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think like women, like we're very strong, and nowadays, we have the right to vote, and we have the right to do so many things, and there's more equality than ever. Mm-hmm. But in the bedroom, sometimes we do like a bit of dominance.
Yes.
100%. No. I don't think I've met a woman or talked to a woman that does not like to be dominated in the bedroom. And this is probably because I think now in this day and age, there's a lot more sensitive men out there than, and I feel like women are, I feel like the roles are starting to reverse with some men and women where women are, and I hate saying wearing the pants in the family, but I mean, a lot of women, run the books.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
And
it's not something that I guess in a way, because women have been fighting for so long to have equality.
100%, 100%.
It has led to that, almost like that whole change.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's normal. It's fine. Like, I think like a lot of people don't talk about it. I think more people are in open marriages or open relationships, but they just don't disclose it enough.
I agree with that.
Can I ask a question? So when you guys first met 4 years ago, how does it work? Somebody has to bring it up. You don't, obviously you just don't say, "Hey, are you down for an open relationship?" Like, how does it work? You're on a date. How do you guys start?
It was 5 years ago, and we were on a date, and I don't know. I was in a relationship before him, and it was a very symbiotic relationship. But in terms of the bedroom, I knew I was herself, and I knew I enjoyed that, and I knew that was something that I wasn't going to give up. So when we went on our first date, I told him my preferences in the bedroom, and I said, "This is what I like," and I also knew that at some point I would like to experiment further, but I wanted to make sure that he was aware of it. Because to be very honest with you, a lot of the times, like if someone cheats, it's not the act that bothers the person. It is the lie. So
damn, that's deep. No. That's deep. That's deep. No, 100%. That's like, I really didn't think of it like that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. So it's a betrayal, right? So if you betray someone and you lie to them, that's what they're mad about. They're not mad that you slept with someone else. They understand that it's an act, and it's a very physical act. But it's the betrayal and the lie and the betrayal of the trust. That is the main thing that's why people get a divorce or get upset or break up with their partners if one of them cheats.
Damn.
So if you have open communication and you're honest.
Right.
So you brought that up with him and he was just okay with it?
He was open with it. I told him, I said, "Look, this is our first date. This is what I need. In the future, this is what I might want. If you want to keep dating me and you accept this, then keep dating me.
So
if not, we can cut it."
He already knew what he was going to do.
He already knew.
Okay.
That's
right. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
And listeners, by no means, I have sat by this woman, and she is by all means very beautiful. So don't think she couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because I don't want anybody to think like, like you're over here and like, oh, no, by any means, like she doesn't need, like I'm pretty sure if you had social media, if you do or not, but I'm pretty sure your inbox is highly flooded on a daily basis.
No, not really. I keep my social media on private for that reason because I am a public figure, so I have to do it that way.
100%. I'm not mad at that. I'm definitely not mad at that. Okay, so let me ask you this then. Could you ever be with just one man for the rest of your life then?
I think it is. I would like to think so. I mean, the romantic in me likes to think that I could be with one person the rest of my life, and that's great. But then what happens in 5 years when you get bored?
But what if he keeps it spicy? Like, what if he is like that guy that's just like, damn, like you can't get enough of him. I feel like if you
find that guy, please let me know if I can be in a monogamous relationship, not have anything open, and just be with one person for the rest of my life. And it's like all the way.
I feel like everybody has that one. I feel like, me and Koi have that one girl that we're going to bump into, and that's just going to set the tone for the rest of our life. I feel like there is that one person eventually everybody bumps into. That's going to be the end all be all.
You say this now, and when I was with my husband, that's what I thought as well. Like like it was spicy, it was great, but over time, people slack off. You get lazy. Every relationship, whether it's a marriage or a relationship, it's work. Even a friendship is work. Like you have to put the effort.
100%. Okay, but go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, no, people just get complacent. So it's human nature.
I mean, like, I agree. Like, I mean, I agree with you. Like, people slack off. But what if there's just that one where, like, you still crave him, like, 2-3 years later?
You mean the unicorn?
Well, you mentioned people change, right? What if you change?
Yeah.
She did?
But I have changed. I have changed in 5 years. Like, I'm not the same person that I was when I met him, and I'm a different person now.
See, but what if
he has the perfect man already? He just changes appearance every couple.
I mean, he could be a chameleon.
I don't think it's about the appearance. I don't think it's not about the appearance. I don't think it's that though. It's the spark and the passion, and you hear that so often. Like with me and like with my background, and I talk to a lot of like couples and parents and people. They lose the spark, they lose the passion, and they are trying to like get the spark back, and they don't know how.
She needs a chameleon or like a giraffe.
She's out here putting marriage counselors out of business. No need to work on it. Just find somebody that'll fulfill your void.
That part.
And to be very honest with you as well, it doesn't have to be a permanent thing. So like, for example, you are married or you're in a relationship and you're stuck in a rut. You go outside, you get your needs met, and it actually makes your relationship better. So it's a temporary thing. You speak with someone a few times, it's great. You go back to your partner because you realize your partner is fucking fantastic.
I mean,
me and Chris can sit here and say, okay to that.
Yeah, because we're single.
Wait, we got people in relationships. I'll push them over the edge now.
Oh man,
it's almost like a palate cleanser. You cleanse the palate, you figure it out, and then you get back into it.
So her message is, guys, just cheat as long as you send her the text. Hey, I'm cheating tonight. It's all good.
Well, it's not cheating if your partner knows.
No. I think what it boils down with her, I feel like, is the communication was upfront and honest from the beginning.
Yeah.
She didn't steer she didn't hit you with no David Blaine. She didn't, no magic tricks. No. She was like, hey, look, check this out. Sooner or later, we're both going to get bored. Go ahead and fuck somebody else, but come back because the bond we have with each other is strong and it's undeniable.
Yes, that is correct.
Does his profession, you said he travels a lot, does that give him more opportunity than you?
Yes.
And you're still good with that?
Yeah, I mean, he gets opportunities because he travels to different places.
Right.
I get opportunities as well because when he's not around, I'm very picky.
Okay.
So I'm like super picky.
Okay. Now I gotta know. Go ahead. What are the dudes? I feel like women are more pickier than men. Men, we just like, man, we just happy to be in the room.
Like I would say this with a man, like you see a hot girl and your brain doesn't work, but your dick works, right?
Yes.
Your dick is like, oh my God, she's hot. I want to have sex with her.
Yep.
But with a woman, it doesn't work that way. Our brain is our brain and we do not think with our vaginas. So it's more of an intellectual and an emotional connection and that stimulation. And once you get that, you'll be more attracted to that person. And that could lead to you having sex with that person. But with a man, it's like, oh, look at her tits, look at her ass. Like, oh, she's hot. Like, look at what she's wearing. Like, blah, blah, blah. And then that's it.
Do you know when he's out with another girl? Like, let's say.
Yeah. So, like the Instagram model, he told me like, oh, I'm going to go on a date with her. And I already knew how she looked like. So he showed me her Instagram account. And he went on a date with her. And, I mean, I think it was fine. Like, they went out for drinks and stuff. They made out. I don't know what happened after that, but I was like, oh, okay, cool. At least you had a nice time. And
yeah.
But I think she ghosted him.
Okay, so like what if they're out on a date like that night and you're just home? Are you just like,
yeah, that happened. So
what do you do in the meanwhile?
Nothing. So I was at the bar where we met, and I was just drinking and enjoying my night. And
okay.
I knew he was on a date.
But you don't feel any kind of way knowing that he's out at that moment and you're just kind of hanging out at home or anything? It's just normal to you?
I think the first time he did it, it was a bit like, I wouldn't say uncomfortable, but it was
weird.
Slightly weird because we have a don't ask, don't tell policy. So what do you do? It's fine. But because I was very honest about what I was doing, he felt comfortable enough to let me know he was going on a date, which is fine. It was a little bit weird the first time, but after that, I was fine.
But did you express how you felt about it the first time? Like, hey, I kind of felt weird about this, and what did he say about it?
No, because the weirdness was just in my head. It lasted like 5 seconds, and then I was over it. I was like, wow. Fine.
Wow, y'all women could just get
Oprah's on,
right? Like I'm.
Okay, what about him though?
We are really good at compartmentalizing. Okay.
Oh yeah, women. Oh, 100%. I agree with you on that. Like,
put this in the back pocket when he fucks up. I'm gonna take it out on.
Oh yeah.
So what about him though?
He gets jealous.
Oh,
so
he does
get jealous sometimes. Yeah. So he gets jealous. Like even if it's nothing to do with sex, like so this guy, he would like bring food for me or like take me to the supermarket and like pick up groceries because my husband never works in town. Like he's always traveling. So
the fact that he doing all the husband like things.
Yeah, so he was like, oh, I feel redundant because like, what am I here for? Like he takes you to get your tattoo done. He takes you to the supermarket. But my thing is like, you don't like going to the supermarket. So like, why are you getting like upset?
That's not the point. You gotta realize that's husband duties. Even if I'm not doing it, you have to do it yourself. But that's how he thinks.
Don't you ever take out my trash. That's my trash.
Yeah, so when he came back, I was like, okay, go to the supermarket with me. Like, drive me to get my tattoo done. Like, you want to be involved? Fine, I'll get you involved. But don't complain.
No, we're still going to complain and hate it. But, we
not going to complain anymore. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
But he feels a little jealousy, but he's not going to forbid you from talking with that guy or...
No, because at the end of the day, it's like, I think like he felt jealous, but I broke it down for him and I explained to him, like, look, you don't like doing these things. You cannot get mad that somebody else does it with me. And I mean, would you rather me be alone or like have people to do it with? Like at the end of the day, it's not even just about having someone on the outside in terms of an open marriage, but also that person was a friend. So on that level, like for me, if I trust someone on that level, that person is going to be in my life.
That's true.
And
100%.
We might do mundane things, but that's because I trust that person and the person knows me and knows what I like. So if they want to help me out in certain ways because they know I'm alone and they're looking out for me, you can't be mad at that.
Right, but let me ask you this then: were you guys cooking in the kitchen together?
Do we cook in the kitchen together?
I'm not talking about your husband. I'm talking about the other guy that took you to get groceries and shit.
Oh no! I don't cook in the kitchen. If I'm cooking, nobody goes in the kitchen.
Oh.
Nice.
No.
Okay.
Good cook.
There you go. I'm not mad at that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow.
Can I ask you a question about how family is involved in this? Do they know? Are they supportive? How do they act?
So my sister is aware. My dad knows. So we told my dad that this is something that we were considering before we moved here. I told my dad, and my dad was like, "Oh my God, I do not know you young kids these days, but whatever. Like I'm old school." But he was. I mean, he wasn't 100% like. I don't think he understood it so much, but he was accepting of it.
Okay.
And like with my husband. So my husband is not someone that actually talks about this very often. Like I'm very open about it, but he doesn't really like tell people that we are in an open marriage.
Yeah.
Usually it's me that I'm the more talkative, dominating one in that sense. But on our wedding in July, we had a wedding party in France, and he got. I don't know what got into him, but he decided to tell the entire wedding party with his friends and his cousins. He's like,
of course,
because we were playing like, have you ever, like, never have I ever? And then he went, never have I ever been in an open marriage. And then he drank. And everyone was like, what?
And the groom and bride were like, hey.
No, I think I was the most shocked when I was like, what? Did he get, like, this is something coming from him? But, like,
right.
the cat was out of the bag and it's fine. Like, I think I even told his sister. So, like, it's fine. Like, we both make our own rules and we sort of tweak them along the way. And I think that every relationship is different.
Right.
But as you guys were saying, like, communication has to be top notch.
Man, that has to be.
Has to be.
Like, top two and not two.
Yeah.
Well, seriously, it was great talking to you. We definitely.
No, likewise.
No, seriously, we definitely got to meet up for another drink again at the same bar because that bar is actually super dope. Here. Oh, right.
I'm always here. Yeah.
All right. And you down to come on the show live when we do it in Santa Monica?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much.
No
I really do appreciate it. Oh my gosh. Thank you for picking up. All right. I'm going to let you go. Thank you again.
Okay.
Thank you, Rock.
You have a good night.
Troy.
Good night.
You too. Take care.
Wow.
I mean, yeah.
Communication has to be
100.
If not, it's not going to work. Man, he gets... I was like, he travels a lot? He's getting slamming all kinds of opportunities.
And
then he gets mad at her grocery shop?
Yeah. He probably knocked out something. Wait, you let him take your bags upstairs?
Yeah. Meanwhile, you're out dancing.
Oh, man.
Something we'll never understand, though. But.
I know, man. Once again, I appreciate everybody for listening. This is 30 Minutes for Thursday. Koi, man, glad to have you back, man. Glad you're not sick no more, bro. We got, I guess we're going to Santa Monica, bro.
Yeah.
All right, man. 30th Thursday, we out. Thank you, everybody.